The stage is dark, except for a spotlight where Michael Daniels stands center, addressing the audience.
Hey, I'm Mike. Well, officially I'm Benedict Michael Daniels, but please just call me Mike. I'd feel embarrassed if it was any other way. I am 27 and I've been unemployed since April 5th, 1994, 8 months ago. And honestly, I couldn't care less. I hated my job. Not in the normal, oh, I hate my job, but in the literal, my job is driving me insane, and it is so awful, hatred of my job. I was a movie critic. Not a film critic, but a movie critic. There's a big difference. A film critic goes to France every year and reviews art flicks, while I have to pay $4 every week to watch Rambo 27. Don't get me wrong, I love movies, and books, and plays, and the Stones, really, any art form. But the fact remains, I am unemployed and alone. A 27-year-old, recently unemployed bohemian isn't exactly what every woman looks for in a guy. But that is where I am. Now I suppose you all expect me to rise up and live the American dream and all that patriot crap, but I can't. It's not me. I can't conform. Believe me, I've tried. High school, I called it hell. I can't do what is expected of me. That's why after getting a law degree, I became a film critic. Not necessarily my family's ideal son, now am I? But I'm getting off topic. I must do the only thing I can do, and that is to do as Kerouac would do and embark on a quest. You all know who Kerouac is, right? Jack Kerouac, the greatest beat writer of all time, on the road, not ringing any bells.
Didn't they just remake a movie?
Hey, you're lost. So, with $10 to my name, I guess I will set off into the abyss and try to go on an odyssey across America, looking for others like me, or just a sliver of hope.
All of the other lights come up, revealing a parking lot completely empty, with various carts strewn upon, almost like a ghost town. Sounds of cars go past, various intervals. Mike is alone. He walks about stage, kicking some letter and pacing across the stage, etc. Suddenly, Layla and her mid-20s enter stage left. Mike is obviously, and for a moment, oblivious.
Hey, what are you doing out here?
Huh?
Well, I was just wondering because most normal people don't stand in the middle of an empty parking lot.
I'm trying to hitch a ride. Do you have a ride, by chance?
No, I live over there.
Ah.
You know, don't take this the wrong way, but it's probably not the best idea to hitch a ride in a parking lot.
Oh. Is it obvious that I'm new at this?
Yes.
Oh.
Don't worry about it. You gotta start somewhere.
Thanks.
Don't mention it.
A pause.
Do you want some coffee?
Sure.
The two begin to walk up stage as a table of chairs were wheeled on by two employees.
Alaba.
Alaba.
So, I assume this is where we introduce ourselves, huh?
I guess.
Well, I'm Layla.
Like the Eric Clapton song.
Yep, my parents, Doug Clapton.
Who doesn't?
Me.
Oh. Sorry.
No, don't apologize for Eric Clapton's lack of musical genius.
I could argue against that.
You wouldn't be the first.
Well, then I guess I won't try.
Thanks.
Don't mention it. So what is your favorite band, since you don't like Derek and the Dominoes?
Nirvana.
A beat.
That's a freaking great band.
Of course it is.
Favorite song?
Overall or from Nirvana?
Nirvana.
Tough.
A beat.
Lithium.
That's a pretty great song.
Thanks.
So since you are a Nirvana fan, you've heard of the MTV Nirvana special?
Of course I have.
I was there.
Excited.
On press row.
Shut up!
No, I'm serious. You know that moment where Kurt walked off stage and signed some autographs at the end?
Yeah?
I was right in front of him.
Really? Did he say anything to you?
No, I'm not important enough.
Depends on who you talk to.
Well, thanks.
They sit.
So, how did you get the tickets to the special?
I worked at the Daily Inquirer, so I was there on business.
You're not there anymore?
No. I'm part of New York's unemployed.
Well, that sucks.
It does.
The waitress walks up in a southern twang.
Hello, you two. Can I help you with something to drink?
Mike gestures at Layla.
Can I have some water?
Sure. And you, sir?
Water.
Okay, I'll get that. I'll get in 1 minute. My name's Flo if you need anything.
As if on cue, Eric Clapton starts to play over the radio.
Oh, that must annoy you.
What?
How much airtime Layla gets.
I've gotten used to it. If music be the food of love, play on.
Ah, you like Shakespeare too?
Of course, he's the best.
I can't argue against that.
Of course you can. Every other Elizabethan writer has faded into the nothingness while he alone remains.
Just because he's the most popular doesn't mean he's the best. It just means he has the best publicist.
Well, who do you think is the best?
B.
Huxley.
Good choice. Why?
Brave New World is a better tragedy than Hamlet, hands down.
Sarcastically.
Those are some fighting words.
Sure. You go first.
Okay then.
Pause.
Morality.
What about it?
Shakespeare was able to blur the lines between good and bad in all of his characters. Take Othello. I mean, he's definitely a good guy who was forced to do some pretty messed up things. And Falstaff, not the best role model, but you gotta admit, he's a pretty cool guy.
Not all are that multidimensional. Richard III was a bad man. So was Aaron from Titus Andronicus. And I don't think Iago had any gray area either. All were pretty one-dimensional. Richard is an amazing character, but there's still a little depth.
Okay, true, but Huxley has some incredibly one-dimensional characters, like Holtz? Speaking of which, what was his purpose in Brave New World?
Well,
Exactly. And what the heck was Doors of Perception supposed to be about?
it was Huxley's critique and great revelation about all of life.
Huh. We must have read some different books. I read some guy tripping out of his mind and rambling about whatever came to his mind.
A pause.
All right, truce.
Well, that was fun.
Sorry if I came off as a bit of a jerk.
You weren't.
Thanks.
A pause.
So what do you do?
Does it matter?
I guess not.
A B.
So, where were you trying to go?
When?
In the parking lot?
This is going to sound incredibly ridiculous, but I was trying to go on a quest across the country to find the meaning of life.
Sounds cool.
You know, you are the only person I have ever met who has not said that is a completely ridiculous idea.
Sarcastically.
I feel like I have accomplished something.
We should do this again sometime.
Yeah, we should.
The two smile at each other for a moment, and then employees return and wheel out the table and chairs, and Layla. The music cuts off, and Mike gets off and returns to center stage as the lights go down.
She's perfect, isn't she? The Beatrice to my Dante, the Yoko to my John, the Patty Boyd to my Eric Clapton without George Harrison there to mess everything up. The perfect woman! Too bad she doesn't exist. A figment of my imagination, I believe, is the correct term. I am right now alone, in some coffee shop in New York, pining away for an imaginary woman. Pathetic, isn't it? But I think, no, hope, that one of these days I will find my Layla.
A B.
But I can't accept that anymore. Every time I have ever met a woman, I always tell myself, this is it, this is my Layla. And every time I fall in love with an ideal and not a person. And I can't do this anymore. My entire life has been revolving around finding one person like me, who can accept me, so I'm giving up. I'm not going to find her, no matter how long I live.
Slowly, voice trembling.
I am alone,
B.
and I accept that.
He smiles with a fiendish grin, and stage goes dark.